Public Works Department Service Division installed a solar crosswalk sign at 28th and Hall this month. This new sign is much brighter than the old one. It's also solar powered, so it has the added benefit that it doesn't have to be wired in. You've seen the Public Works Department working around town. They've been fixing some of the storm sewer drain inlets. Some of the sidewalks have kind of shifted a little bit there, so they've been fixing those. They've also fixed some curb and gutter around town. On to the fire department. During the last month, we had Fire Prevention Week. We had the Hayes Fire Department visited all 5 elementary schools in the community. Firefighters taught first and second graders fire safety using our mobile fire safety house. The Hayes Fire Department also conducted a school bus rescue training. The first photo shows them cutting into the side of the school bus, and they cut a couple of seats out so they could access it more carefully. And then we have photo 2 is the bus is actually rolled on its side, and they have reserve airbags underneath there, and they're blowing that up so they can move the bus. This school bus was donated to the city for training purposes by Keith and Colleen Worth. So we used it for all kinds of training. They actually set fires inside of it and kind of used it as a mock airplane as well. So they kind of used and abused it as much as they could. The Hayes Volunteer Rescue Company conducted quarterly training that focused on breaching concrete. This is something that might be required in a building collapse. The Hayes Volunteer Fire Company is made up of firefighters from Hayes, Ellis, Victoria, and the Ellis County Fire Department. As part of preparation for the automatic aid program that will be starting on January 1st, the Ellis County Fire Department and Hayes Fire Department have been conducting joint training, and basically what we've been doing is working on each other's different type of equipment. They have different trucks than we do, so we're getting familiar with what their equipment is, and they're at the same time getting familiar with our equipment. The IT department had Cybersecurity Month last month. They, as part of this, they provided different materials to Hayes Middle School, posters, calendars pertaining to age-appropriate cyber security and cyber safety. In the police department, we had 3 members of the police department that graduated from basic training at KLATC. And officers are doing pretty well. Looks like a couple of them are going to come off of the field safety training or the field training program a little bit early, so we'll have those guys out on their own here before too long. We had some Halloween safety. Officer Colin Rowe went and spoke to a group of Brownie Scouts, talked about a little bit of Halloween safety. And then we had Officer Dakota Reese. He spoke with the Intro to Criminal Justice class at Fort Hays State University about what it's like to be an officer with the city of Hays. You can see there's kind of a theme going on so far. We've spent a lot of time in schools with the different departments. We've had IT at the schools. We've had the fire department with the schools. We've had the police department talking with Brownie Scouts and also at Fort Hays. So we spent a lot of time out in the community in the last month. The annual Guns and Hoses softball game took place last month. This is a fundraiser, and the proceeds from this event go to the Ellis County Public Safety Rehab Unit. And I won't tell you who won, but it wasn't the police department. On to the utilities department. We've had a sewer cleaning program that's been going on for the last month. A pretty good-sized project. They've cleaned about 21 miles of sewer line. The majority of those lines have been found to be in pretty good shape. They just needed a good cleaning. We have found a couple of places where we'll have to go back in and do some repair, but nothing is urgent. Nothing has to be done right away. Utilities department, we have quite a few water leaks. Actually, we don't have as many as you might think. Going back year to date, we fixed 27 water leaks. That's down about 10 from last year. So we're doing better this year than we've done in the past. On average, it takes the water crews about 4 hours to fix a leak. Once they get a call that there's a leak, it takes them about 4 hours to get the leak fixed. So that's a pretty good average. Getting out there and getting them fixed, they do a good job. We had a project for sandblasting painting of the East Primary Clarifier. DEM Enterprises was awarded that contract a couple of months ago, and they actually finished that up earlier today. In this picture you can see They're just kind of scraping the clarifier. This is the clarifier when it's completely sandblasted, and this is the finished product. It's almost completed there with new paint. So that project finished up earlier today. In the parks department, fall's the best time to plant trees, so we've been out planting trees like crazy. At the time that I was given this, they had planted about 60 trees, but I'm sure that they're up to even more by now. They're all over town doing as much as they can, and this season it's been a pretty nice fall, so they've been able to get out there even more than normal.
Where's that at?
Looks like Memorial Garden.
Yes,
Oh,
it's
the
out at the
entrance.
cemetery.
Okay.
Mhm. We did some upgrades at Abba Buckle skate park. You can see the before and after. Did some paint work. They've also kind of done some repairs out there to the skate park.
Can you fix that rock?
At the dog park, they needed a little bit more room for kiosks or for a place to put information out. We had one kiosk before. We had NCK Tech build a couple of new kiosks and install those. The city actually installed it, but NCK Tech built those. And we will be using this old kiosk at another location. So that was a partnership with NCK Tech, the Friends of the Hayes Dog Park, and the Parks Department. And then we also have an upgrade to the putting green. This is one of the things that golfers complain about the most, is the size of the putting green out at the golf course. It's actually about 3 times larger now. We were able to do this in-house. We have a part-time seasonal worker named Tom Roth, who actually, his full-time job during the season is to build golf courses. So he works for us in the off-season when he's not out building golf courses. And he, with the knowledge and expertise that he brought, he was able to save the city about $50,000 in putting this putting green in, and it turned out really good. So if you're a golfer, Toby is, get out there and hit it.